Hey everybody, welcome to another stream. Just going to switch over here and turn off that thing. So, yeah, today we're doing Baldesion Arsenal. And yeah, I got home a little bit late, so I'm also eating dinner, which is soup. So yeah. We have around... How long is it again, according to this? Around 13 to 23 minutes until it's start time, or until the parties basically get put up, so I can join those. Yeah, for those who don't know, Baldesion Arsenal is a, I believe it's like 58 person raid, kind of call it, I guess, quotation marks. It's basically just a, essentially a massive alliance raid that is kind of known for being a little bit punishing, because you can't be revived through normal means. And one of the bosses basically has a thing where if you mess up certain mechanics, you just get kicked out of the entire raid. So yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. And yeah, this is a newbie run, so there's going to be callouts. I am thinking of having the Discord chat, because I need to join a Discord call for this. I am thinking of basically having the Discord call also appear on stream, just so that it shows up. I do actually want to quickly check something. This is gonna look a little bit weird. Yeah, I want to turn off that one. Basically, have had reactive images on. I don't want that. It's gonna be a group of like 58 people joining that call, so I don't feel like having all of them show up. But yeah, according to the Discord, it's gonna take around like 2 hours ish to basically finish a run. So we're starting at 8, so in around 40 minutes. And yeah, and we're apparently gonna keep going until around 10. You know, unless I get basically knocked out of the raid for some reason because of fucking up, or potentially even disconnected because the game has been getting a bit of DDoS attacks, at least 2 days ago, Monday. And yeah, that was a pain in the ass. But I think it has kind of stopped, but who knows. Yeah, I need to finish up eating my soup. I guess a thing we could do, just to keep ourselves a little bit entertained, or specifically you guys, because I'm currently eating, so won't be talking too much. I basically need to get this food down because I'm hungry. I am thinking that we can put on a guide to the Baldesion Arsenal that I watched some of earlier. And let me go here. This is a video by HQ Meta. So yeah. For some reason, I apparently clicked both increase the view thing and also start the video at the same time there. So it was very loud for me. Let's see. I want to turn on this properties, and it is this one. Oh, and then I want into some of this. Let's shrink this a bit in. Don't need all of that stuff on the sides. This is not going to be from the very start of the video, because most of this, or the first chunk of the video, is just him talking about a little bit regarding the roles and so on. This is basically from the start of basically getting into the entire sort of raid. Yeah, I'm basically gonna mute myself for some of this, and we're basically gonna watch this because I want a full-on refresher of this, just to be on the safe side. And the reason I'm muting is just because I don't feel like hearing me banging my spoon on this glass bowl is the most entertaining thing to listen to. So let's turn down the music a little bit in game. Yeah, let's start this, and then I'll mute.
A bunch of fun mechanics that I won't spoil for you, except for this one that gives it a big damage up buff. Typically, one of the leaders or vets will house elementals in these locations across the map to help the group with the passive regen and damage.
The next section here is
some bunny
more
fakes
important
for
stuff,
bunny
but
loot and Hydatos crystals. Or just hang out on this rock waiting for everything to get started. Omni does a bunch of fun mechanics that I won't spoil for you, except for this one that gives it a big damage up buff. Typically, one of the leaders or vets will always have Dispel active to remove it right away, but when they don't, it gets really spicy really quickly. How people feel about that varies greatly depending on where you're running the content. In order to get the ethereally primed buff to enter the dungeon, you need to be inside the Fate Circle when it dies, and you need to get a gold rating on the Fate. Every member of the party needs to attack the boss at least once, but having a tank or two with stance on spamming the ranged aggro attack should ensure that your party qualifies. If you die within the last few percent of Omni's health, do not accept a raise until after it dies and you have the buff. If you happen to be mid-revive when Omni dies, you might actually not get the buff, which is required for you to be able to enter the portals to enter the Baldesion Arsenal. After 3 minutes, the initial portals will appear. Party leaders will let the group know which portals to use, typically using a macro, and reference a map in the Discord. The first ones will be blue, and you can't enter the dungeon using them without an etheric stabilizer in your inventory. If you do happen to have one of these, interacting with the portal will immediately consume it and transport you to inside the dungeon. Using one of these will cause a random red portal in a different spot to not spawn them. So, if anyone uses one on the post-Omni portals, it's likely to cause interpersonal friction. I will not condone or condemn the usage of the items in this situation, but for the record, using these items is not against terms of service. Using these items to openly grief others is against terms of service. Griefing others who choose to use the item is also against terms of service. After another 4 minutes, the portals disappear and reappear nearby, but now they're red. These can be entered by anyone with the Omni buff. Interact with your assigned portal, enter the dungeon, and prepare for the unimaginably punishing duty. Unimaginably. At this point, I want to reiterate the disclaimer from the beginning of the video. This guide is written from the perspective of a typical Aether data center run. The general concepts described for behaviors inside the dungeon should remain similar across North America and European data centers, but some minor variations may occur. After you enter the dungeon, the first thing you'll want to do is stand on the bridge right in front of you while people apply, protect, and shelter the group. While that's happening, make sure you apply a Spirit of the Remembered, eat some food, and then apply your role-appropriate wisdom and action. Once all of that is done, you can make an extra copy of Spirit of the Remembered and your wisdom and action combo at the Logos Manipulator. There's also a Magia Melder here if, for whatever reason, you want to reconfigure your Magia wheel but I would typically just stay with all 5 slotted in one element. At that point, half of the group will be going left, and half of the group will be going to the right. Your party leader should let you know which side your party will be completing, so confirm with them before dropping down off the ledge, because you'll be stuck on whatever side you drop to until after the first boss. Regardless of which side you are assigned for the run, there are a couple of basic things to know about the dungeon in general. First, if a healer in your party has the refresh action active, you can use the Magia Auto command to automatically spin your wheel to offensive or defensive if you're the healer or main tank. The trash is more dangerous than the boss fights in a lot of runs, so this will help eliminate it faster. Secondly, enemies in the Baldesion Arsenal don't have positionals, so you can prioritize standing where it's safe. Thirdly, these are the types of enemies that are great targets if you brought the death action. Demon Walls, Pepega, Biblos, Baby Girl, Centaurs, Horror from the Page Master, and these guys. The first fight is split between 2 arenas, with Art on the west path and Owain on the east path. Both bosses have to be engaged simultaneously, and if only one arena has been pulled, that boss will enrage and wipe everyone in the arena. Also, neither boss can die until both bosses are reduced to 1 hit point. So, if the DPS between the 2 sides isn't balanced, one side may end up waiting a while for the other to complete the stage. Both sides have different special mechanics as well. On the Art side, it does point blank or donut AoEs, which are then copied by any spears it deploys in the arena shortly after. Legendary Gaius applies gravity if you're moving when it casts, followed by a bunch of AoEs, and Gravity Ball smashes anyone standing at the snapshotted location of the marked player. On the Owain side, it does Ice or Fire point blank AoEs with visual tells at the same time as the spears of the same element. If you get marked with a triangle, stack with the other triangles, while everyone with the other AoE marker spreads out. If you get tethered to the hands, look directly at them. Move close enough to remove the damage reduction buff they have, but not close enough to where they can touch you, and then burn them down. If your side wins the race and finishes first, you can swap to defensive Magia alignment, stop DPSing, avoid the mechanics, and complain in shout chat about the other side griefing because they're so slow. After Art and Owain are dead, you'll head down a hall and up some stairs and meet up together in the middle to kill a bunch of trash. On the way there, at the top of the second set of stairs, there will be the first explosive trap that needs to be discovered or cleared by the person using Percept, or a tank using their invulnerability action. Once that's identified, you'll all head into a room with 4 more hidden traps that apply a bleed and vulnerability up debuff. At the back of that room is the first treasure coffer that everyone needs to loot. All loot in BA is from the coffers, and all of the coffers are individual loot. This first one contains 3 Eureka fragments, but also sometimes has a bonus Damascene Claw or a Cryptic Seal in it, which is nice. Centaurs need to be slept when they cast Berserk on their second attack, or else they'll one-shot basically everyone until the buff wears off. Sprites need to be interrupted when they cast Vanish 3. The giant Calcabrina needs to face away from the group unless you like the idea of losing control of your character and attempting to murder your raid group with your bare hands. The Geshen pests are undead, so death will not work on them, but Banish does. Once you kill all of the stuff here, the doors at the top of the stairs opposite of the coffer will open, allowing you to take on the next boss, Raiden. Raiden does a lot of things that will either instantly kill you or basically do nothing. Thundercall turns the edge of the arena purple, which is cool. Ame no Sakahoko will paralyze you if you get hit, so keep your distance when he's casting it. Whirling Zantetsuken will kill everyone outside of his hitbox. Lateral Zantetsuken will kill everyone on the side of the arena that he points his sword at. Ultimate Zantetsuken kills everyone because you ignored the ads. Basically, if you see the word Zantetsuken, something bad is about to happen if you're not doing whatever everyone else is doing. Booming Lament is a purple on the ground, but it actually does do something bad, so get out of that one. For Cloud to Ground, go stand behind the first marching AoE you see with the group, then run away from anyone who's tethered to you. If you see Levin Whirl or For Honor, you're either in an ultra low man group and you expected it, or your group has basically no DPS, and you can just blame the run host for all of the people that are about to be dead. Don't forget to grab your coffer exiting the arena. It definitely has at least 6 more Eureka fragments. It could also have a cloth or seal like the first coffer. In addition, there's also a chance that it could drop a glam weapon for Samurai or a Dark Knight. At this point, you'll kill a bunch more trash in the hall, with the only new notable enemy type being the Bibliotaph, which does large point blank or donut AoEs. Don't enter any room until all of the traps are found and all enemies have been secured by a tank. Along the way, you'll find another coffer, which will have 1 Eureka fragment, 5 obscure logograms, and another chance at bonus cloth or seals. Eventually, you'll find yourself in a long, narrow hall with 3 doors on each side and an invincible absolute virtue at the other end. In one of the 6 rooms, there's another chest with the same potential loot table as the last one. Also, in one of the 6 rooms, there's a portal that will take you to the next hall of trash you have to clear. The rooms with wind and lightning enemies each have a single explosive trap that needs to be uncovered, and the rooms with ice or water enemies both have 2. Tanks will pull enemies that need to be cleared out into the hallways until the coffer and portal are both found and accessible. Only touch what you're told to touch, or you'll probably die here. At this point, someone may decide to change the music here from the quiet, creepy vibes to the battle theme. If you see Absolute Virtue streaking down the hallway, just ignore it and it'll go back home shortly. Once you've gone through the portal, there's another coffer with the same loot table as the last 2 to your right. At this point, you should be at 12 Eureka fragments, if it's your first time. If you have less than 12, reference this map to figure out what you missed. Or message Talia. Continuing on, there's another collection of trash, so handle it just like you handled all of the other trash so far. There's another bleed trap to avoid, then another hallway with 6 more rooms in it, similar to the previous one. Each room in this hallway has a blue circle on the floor. Touching each one of those blue circles, though, is a hidden explosive trap, so make sure each room is percepted or cleared of the trap before entering. Each data center identifies the rooms in a different way, but your party lead should be able to show you which one your party is assigned. 1 tank in each room should swap to defensive alignment for the element of the assigned room. Make sure that the tank stance is on, and then stand in the blue circle. When all 6 are occupied, the support fate will spawn outside in hideouts, and 2 more trash monsters of the associated element will spawn in each room. Burn them down, and the door at the far end of the hall will open up, allowing the groups to progress further into the dungeon, which is actually just a long run back to the first 6-room hallway where you need to kill more trash. Tanks, make sure at this point to turn that stance back off unless you're designated to tank trash. The Centaur and Bibliotaph like to hide inside the doorway to the ice or water room sometimes, so make sure they're dead before proceeding to the bridge in front of Absolute Virtue. If you're outside completing the support fate, it's important that someone in the group has a spell. It gives itself a massive damage up buff and then spams AoEs, similar to Avni. Completing the fate with gold rating gives 30 Hideautos crystals and the ethereally primed buff that allows you to take one of the 8 support portals and join the rest of the group for the last 2 bosses. I would highly recommend procuring some etheric stabilizers to use specifically for participating in the raid as a support team member. The support portals change locations when they swap from blue to red and can be in very inconvenient places. Stabilizers save some time, but also make it much more likely you won't have a random person grab a portal you were hoping to take. Once you're in, make any final Logos actions you may need or that the group is running low on, take the shortcut, and join the group at Absolute Virtue. The basic concept of Absolute Virtue is that opposites are good. It'll display bracelets of light or dark color, and the colors on the floor that match them are dangerous. All of the circles are dangerous, but the same colored circles will also expand when they explode. When the room splits in half, stand on the opposite color side. When it triple room splits, the copy of AV to look at is the one standing on the line. If you're tethered to an orb, standing in a puddle of the opposite color resolves the mechanic. It is 1 person per puddle, Also, make sure not to touch the orb while you're in the middle of the stack of people. It will give the entire group massive damage and a damage down debuff. A couple of other notes here. The Tank Buster is a cleave, so don't stand by the main tank. It spams a conal attack that will petrify you and likely get you killed by the following mechanic, so stay on the back of the boss's hitbox when you're not resolving another mechanic to avoid getting stuck in this. If you see ads, secondary tanks should grab them and the group should death them or burn them down as soon as possible because they can and will wipe the raid. Absolute Virtue does have an enrage at 7 minutes and 20 seconds, so it is possible to fully wipe. But I've typically only seen this on meme runs over the last several years, so it's very unlikely that you'd experience this in a typical run that's actively looking to clear. At the exit to this arena is the second to last coffer of the dungeon. It always contains 6 Eureka Fragments and 5 Obscure Logograms, but can also give a Cloth and Seal or a Conditional Virtue minion. At this point, you'll head down one more hall and one more set of stairs to reach the final boss, Ozma. There are 2 more trash mobs, Arsenal Strix.
Alright, so I have already watched a different guide on Ozma because it's one that's actually made, I think, by someone from the Discord that is basically hosting this. Also, if I quickly hide you, the party has been made, basically. So we're just waiting for it to be 5:50 server time. That's basically when we need to have filled up the parties. Also, because this is just a bunch of random people that might not want to be shown on stream, I have basically decided to just abbreviate all names in the game except for in the party list, where it's just the first name that you can see. Just because I feel like that's a bit more like nice to do. If I'm like when I'm doing just normal as like random roulettes and whatnot, I don't really care too much, but yeah. I can also see that the party leader has just written, since most are already here, welcome to the newbie run. For you nice first timers, do not be afraid. We try our best to help you get them out. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask either me or the host later in the voice, outside of boss fights / explanations, of course. Yeah, there's gonna be like a the host is basically gonna be or I think it's the host at least, it's gonna basically be explaining a bunch of things during the fight. Let's see, besides that, our leader will be on refresh duty. The machinist that I can see, they are apparently again, but you are on perception duty in case you did not notice. Okay, so it's nothing to me. Something you were a few runs now with AV puddles. Does standing in the opposite puddle still damage? Yes. Alright. But yeah, might as well just finish up the guide thing just to get a full. Be absolutely sure that I'm remembering everything relating to Ozma.
In front of the door to the arena. Interrupt on the Properties of Darkness, otherwise the entire raid will have a buff stripped, usually your Spirit of the Remembered, which sucks. Once they're dead, the doors open, the cutscene plays, and the caller or host will go over final preparation for Ozma. While waiting for the instructions to proceed, don't touch the blue circle near the edge. It will push you into the arena and you'll end up being killed if there's an early pull. Once final preparations are complete and you get the instructions to jump down, go ahead and touch the blue circle to move into the arena. The edges of the platform and the rings are not walls, so you can fall off, which will kill you, and drop your corpse on the platform in the front of the entrance to the arena. Also, do not target Ozma for any reason until the pull time. It's way easier than you think to have an early pull that could result in people getting ejected from the fight or even wiping the entire raid group. Ozma has a bunch of phases, mechanics, and tells that I'm not going to go into details for in the scope of this guide, but I will explain the most critical things so that you can be prepared. First is Black Hole. For this mechanic, every blue circle on the platforms and the rings have to be covered by at least one person, or everyone in the arena will get ejected to the base camp in Hideouts and the run is over.
Button, everyone to a blue button. Range preferably on the ring button to the right. I got pulled out because I was trying to make
Everybody got pulled out. Everybody got
Oh,
Yeah, that's the thing that can fuck you over.
on A. There was only like 2 people on A, and they were not getting close. Well,
Also, every person must be on one of those circles to get a buff that prevents you from individually being ejected. If you're dead when this mechanic finishes, you also get ejected. Melee and tanks typically stack on the circles on the platform, while anyone with ranged attacks would go to the circles on the ring. The next mechanic to explain is meteors. 2 people on each platform will get marked with a point-blank AoE centered on them. You have a few seconds to move them into a safe space so that they will snapshot, and one of you will want to go immediately to the back of the platform, the other will immediately go to the circle on the ring to the right of your platform. Once the marker is placed on the ground, you'll run back to the group at the front of the platform to minimize AoE damage, and then burn down the adds that spawn at the spots the meteors dropped. The adds cast Tornado if they aren't killed quickly enough, and will wipe full platforms, so prioritize them when they're up. Another mechanic to call out specifically is Acceleration Bombs. This will target a few people in the arena with a debuff that looks like this. The debuff will have a countdown timer, and when it disappears from your debuff bar, it'll blow up and damage you and everyone near you for 90% of your max health. To avoid that, sheath your weapon, stand still, and make sure you're not doing anything at all until it's gone from your debuff bar. Other than that, there's a star knockback that will knock you to the front or the back of the platform. You'll stack in the front, back, or off the platform to avoid different AoEs, and you'll avoid standing with your back to an edge so you don't get nudged off. There's some shared AoEs, so stay stacked with the group if you're not resolving a mechanic. The damage on the tank is a cleave sometimes, so stay on the opposite side of the tank on the platform. If you're a main tank for the fight, you'll stand to the left and just generate aggro. That's it, no rotation necessary. If you're the off tank, you're actually just a DPS until Ozma spawns orbs on the ring during the cube phase. Then pop your cooldowns with the exception of your invulnerability skill. Touch the first one to the right of the platform, your healer should throw you a quick heal, and then you touch the second one. After that, go back to being a DPS. If you're the bleed bait, you'll stand at the back of the platform when Ozma is in pyramid phase. Throw a shield on yourself to mitigate the bleed entirely, or Asuna it off after a couple of stacks. You just want to be far enough away from everyone else that they don't also get the bleed splashed on them due to proximity. If you somehow have not killed it but are still alive at the 6th black hole, you'll either rush to finish the last sliver of health or intentionally fail the black hole mechanic to get sent back to camp in Hideouts. This will allow you to avoid the wipe and having to re-level. Either way, that's the end of the road. If you got ejected, better luck next time.
Alright, that looks like it's all of it. There's around a few minutes left until everyone's supposed to be in the party. So, what I'm gonna quickly do is, I feel that I might need to pee really quickly, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and just so that I'm ready for the actual fight, or for the run, because there's 14 minutes left. So let's make sure that I have taken a piss before we head in. And yeah, there's like a 5-minute break during the whole thing, so yeah. I'm just gonna mute myself and then go take a piss really quick. So see you guys in just a little bit. Alright, I'm back. I think I might also have to join the Discord call. So I will go ahead and do that. I've basically just muted myself in there, so no one should be able to hear me. I might have to adjust the audio at some point. I do think And let me just quickly turn off some of the overlay stuff, because that is covering a lot of my screen, because there is like 58 people in that call, or 42 now, from what I can see. Yeah. I have also done a few prep things. I need to like get the Kirin's Osada of aiming, because I'm playing as a ranged DPS. I just noticed that my gear is a little bit damaged, but I believe there is a repair person inside the Baldesion Arsenal, or not Baldesion Arsenal, what I'm saying, inside Hydatos. But yeah. We're essentially just waiting, I think, for the last few people. I think there's like 2 to 3 minutes left until basically just anyone can, or until the empty spots basically just get filled up. So, yeah, are there actually any parties left? Oh, I don't see any actually. So we might actually have all of them filled up. Ah, I just noticed that the leader has actually, he wrote that we're just waiting for everyone to join. The voice call right now, currently at 46 people. It should be, I think, 58 or something. Although I can see that the voice channel is open for, or it can hold up to, what is it, 60 people? Oh yeah, I've also decided on a little thing, and that is once we actually get into the Baldesion Arsenal, I'm gonna do this. Sound effects are muted, so that means any like raids, follows, whatever, also all of the sound effects from redeems and so on, all that's getting turned off, because I want to make sure that I'm like focused on this, because I'm nervous as fuck with this. Like, I really don't want to mess this up. So, yeah. I'm gonna basically be just muting the, all of those effects so they don't, potentially distract me. Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, ready, check. Didn't realize I was gonna show all the names, but oh well. I believe Parlita will tell us to join. Yep. Yeah, well. Someone talking on Discord that I just can't hear. Hold on, is it because it fucked up again with that shit? Was it? There was
For you
audio.
first timers here, my name is Jen and I will be your host for this lovely run here. And If you have any questions, or if you're unsure about any logogram actions, or if you have done any preparation correct, just feel free to ask your party leaders. They are here to help. We do have a German party today, so for Absolute Virtue and Osma, we're going to have German class. So for those of you that would rather have those boss explanations being German, that will be available for you. Provided by our lovely Asteria. So she will take good care of you guys in that department. And yeah, now it's just a nice little time of waiting for Omni. Can't really enter BA without him.
The things that I have over here, the logo actions, are basically there because we need those. Spirit of the Remembered is to basically make it so that we have a 70% chance of getting revived if I die. It also gives me some accuracy and HP up. This one, from what I understand, we're supposed to use this once we enter Baldesion Arsenal, not before. We have that active. Then I want to basically use this once I have those actions, so I can get Wisdom of the Skirmisher, and then have Spirit of the Remembered ready if I die. And apparently this one, Wisdom of the Fiend Hunter, is only supposed to be used on Osma just to like increase our damage. Let's see. Shit, I just remembered I was supposed to also grab food out of my chocobos. Fuck. Also, I was planning on doing that. Shit. I don't have my Eurekan potions on me either. Damn it. Alright, I'll just get 99 of these, just safety thing, I guess. So yeah, I do have these baked alien soups that I could have used. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, right now we're basically just waiting for often to spawn.
Also, since everyone is now in voice, we do have someone that is going to Twitch stream today. So if you are very uncomfortable with having your voice heard, now's your chance to mute your microphone for the remainder of the run, as Discord will be heard on this Twitch stream.
Huh.
For those of you experienced with me, as you all know, I do have, the background special. For those of you, your first time is here or unaware with my hosting, my microphone tends to pick up my boyfriend in the background. He's not playing anything right now. He's actually gonna turn on the AC because it is a bit hot here. Also, thank you Saino here, because they told us how long the Omni buff is. Which means red portal should be up right now. This doesn't look like anyone's curious to pick in, that's good.
See here where
if you're wondering why we're keeping an eye if anyone enters AV, that is because if someone enters, that starts the BA timer, meaning that it will take longer for Omni to spawn, because it counts as an ongoing run. Omni won't spawn while there is someone inside BA. So that is why we're gonna wait and make sure no one accidentally peeks and gets too excited by a red portal. And if no one touches a red portal, then the next Omni should spawn in about 10-ish minutes, 20-ish.
So we're not gonna be.
So our next Oni should be
Sorry,
around. Let's see, it was 53, so it should be around 30 if no one touches the reds.
So we don't want to touch them, I guess.
For you first timers here, some of you might be, a bit scared, having heard about like, oh, you can't rest normally and like you can get kicked out, all the stuff. Don't worry about it. If you do happen to die before we get to Osma, do not instantly resurrect because our healers have access to a logogram action called Sacrifice. This allows them to revive people inside BA, but at the cost of the healer themselves getting doomed. This is why Spirit of the Remembered is mandatory for runs, as they allow not only you to resurrect with a chance, but also any sacrificing healers can get up without having to have another healer sacrifice. And to answer the future question, someone might ask, which is, oh, has like healers not gotten back up after sacrificing? Yes. It has happened several times, and it's always hilarious to see a chain of healers casting sacrifice. It happens, but not all the time. So yeah, I'm just putting it out there so that you guys don't panic and be like, oh, I guess this run is over, because nope, as long as you are dead on the floor, we can get you back up. The only time we cannot do that, sadly, is Osma, but that is due to Black Hole. There is a Daphne for those that still want Hydatus crystals, so feel free to head over there.
Yeah, I'll leave them right now. Okay, so it sounded like we need to wait until like 30 past or something like that. Apparently someone in the party has some problems with being on free trial because they apparently keep hitting the guild cap due to gold chests, which I think is like 100,000 or something like that. was actually kind of expecting it to just be like, okay, we jump in, quickly kill Ozma, and then move on, but it's a little bit difficult due to yeah, how this whole thing works. Someone apparently in the shout chat asked if if people have the wisdom on the right or the left side of their list, and most of them said the right, but apparently a few said the left or something. I was honestly expecting it to be just way fast, but now we have to like wait 30 minutes before we can start. I guess I can look at a few more of the maps, because there's like maps in the Discord that I can look at that I kind of forgot about.
Looks like someone might be holding a bunny hostage. Also, for any first timers not aware that are at the bunny. Oh, I spoke too soon. Anyway, for those of you that are first time at the bunny fate, there is actually a cap on how many bunnies can be given out. Only 24 bunnies can be given out each fate, meaning that if there are more than 24 players, I am sorry, and press F, you didn't get a bunny. So I'm gonna say now the obligatory good luck to everyone trying to get a bunny, and take a chance now while Rain is not here, the bunny stealer.
I knew that there was like something with if the bunny had not been like finished, the next fate couldn't spawn, but I didn't know that there was a limit on how many could be there.
Good luck to everyone that got a bunny. If you did not get a bunny, now's the time to start heading down to Omni Rock. If you don't know where Omni Rock is, either follow the big ass train or ask your party leader.
We're basically at the Omni Rock. Omni is gonna spawn right down there, I believe it is. And we just need to for the Omni. And yeah, then believe I need to basically head up to around this area and grab one of the portals that spawns up there. I think I'll basically be getting a number, probably, or something. And depending on the number, like from 1 to 8, I'll basically have to just go to a specific location. We probably just that is the area, or one of the areas with a lot of dangerous enemies, so really hoping that I get something like 1 or 2, maybe, because they are the ones that are like the closest to the edge of the dangerous area, whereas things like 5, 6, 7, 8 are like completely up in like this corner right here, whereas 1 and 2 are like right here. Yeah. Yeah, someone from my FC actually also was able to finish up their or all of their Eureka relic weapons, I think yesterday. It is not bad, because that takes honestly a good deal of time to do, especially the Pagos step. I feel like the Pagos step is probably the one that takes the longest. Technically, Hydatos can also take some time because you need the materials from the Fate in here, and you don't get a lot of the crystals, but you don't have to do the fucking light farm in order to get I think a total of 16 crystals or some shit. Apparently someone, I think our like cat or the organizer or something, is currently playing Honkai Star Rail according to what I can see on the Discord. The party leader is basically just gonna be telling us the mechanics and whether we should go to certain locations and whatnot during, like, basically making the calls in order to get, or to basically manage most of the mechanics. Not necessarily all of them, because some of them we might need to handle ourselves. I forget what it's called now, but the counting down dice during Ozma, we're gonna have to basically figure that one out as a way ourselves. But yeah. I'm hoping that it's not gonna be too difficult. But yeah, the leader is basically gonna be saying things like move away, move in, things like that. Basically just giving information on what is actually going on. Granted, there is like the first boss, first two bosses basically, which was basically mentioned during the what's it called? That video that I watched. We are split into two parties there, so we are basically going to be, I guess, maybe joining two different calls or something. I don't fully know.
This Oni is being a bit sneaky, huh?
That's what I was thinking.
There is a
basically.
Goldemar, so since Omni is being a bit lazy, feel free to head over there and prepare your Fs, because, you know, the item doesn't exist.
Yeah, that is the one that drops the thing that will, I think at least the thing that will drop things to make a slightly better magic board, like get one more thing, but okay, so our party leader says that there is a chance that if the server basically wants to, what do you call it? If the server wants to basically close down the instance we're currently in of Hydatos, there is, or it can basically make things a bit weird. She basically, or they basically said, worst could be that the server wants to close it, but didn't already. Then weird stuff happens, and often it doesn't spawn either. Always fun when it happens. So yeah. Yeah, we're basically just waiting for it to essentially spawn. There's also another button they faint, I believe. Yeah, it looks like people are just going for the Goldemar one. Looks like people are waiting for 25 minutes to be left. Will they go do Goldie? Is it being a special fate? I don't know what the fuck is happening with Twitter right now, but I have like a secondary account that I just use for other stuff, not anything stream related. And I don't know why, but it keeps getting like the recommended tweets things. It's like people that I have no idea who they are. I don't follow them or anyone that follows that person or anything. It's just random tweets sometimes. I don't know why, but I always seem to get them on that account, but not on my main account that I use for like streaming and such. And it's really weird, because I think I've even like told Twitter to like give me those recommendations on my main one.
And there he is. Don't rush, don't be stressed. You can take your time with Goldie, and then you come
yeah,
back
whatever.
over to Omnira.
I don't know why I keep getting those like recommended tweets, because I think I've gotten like fucking 5 of them, or 3 to 5 of them today. I usually get maybe like one once every like maybe 2 days. It's like, it's a lot that I've been getting them like today, and
Alright,
most of
now
them I
when you're
don't
done with
care
Golden
about.
Mark, you can come back to Omnira. Once you're at the Omnira, please turn your magic wheel to fire, offensive.
It's already in that.
Congrats to the person that got the horn. Once you're here as well, if you are a tank, please turn on your tank stats. And party leads, you can use ready checks once for everyone's here. Ignore whoever aggroed the ads. Yeah, leave them away. Take the Omni away. Just ignore that Omni. Soup is ready. Nadia's side is ready. Waiting for Locust 2.
Alright, so we're just waiting for one of the groups. We basically have Magia and Logos 1, 2, and 3. And I'm in Magia 3
Alright,
basically.
I'm just gonna ask the instance, since most of them were probably at Golden Mark. It should be a fast full timer. But I'm just gonna make sure no one's on the way.
And we're pulling at 12:20.
Alright, we have got a request to wait 2 extra seconds, so 12:18 it is. Alright, let's go. Let's make sure to avoid the AoEs. Get at least 1 hit in, especially if you're a healer.
The fucking lag for me.
These need to be dispelled. Thank you. A couple more AoEs coming out. Oh wait, we are going in. Help us get them on that side. Now it's a couple more AoEs.
So
And then we're gonna have Iron Shower. If you have the marker, just move it away from the boss and the fate area. But don't leave the fate area. Iron Shower is to the northwest, stay away from the west. If you see the AoE under Omni, it's just a graphical bar. So don't worry about it. He's just being silly. A couple more AoEs. If you have died, please do not accept any resurrections. Otherwise there's a chance you will not get the buff during the revival position. In the fate area. Alright, finally, double check that everyone's buffed up and ready. If everyone's buffed up, you can use the portal macro and also inform me if your party's all buffed up.
I'm going to 7. Fuck. Okay, that means I need to go all the way up here, basically next to B. Okay, let me actually, while we're moving there, let me try and maybe lower some stuff to hopefully have better.
Logo side is good.
Loading stuff.
And Magia side is good. Support, you can head down and we'll see you guys later.
See you later.
Take care.
We're going to the wrong place.
For now, just follow your party leader to an appropriate berry.
Oh yeah.
Don't take it yet.
That's okay.
We're gonna wait till the portal, blue portal shown up, and take the berry then.
Yeah, I'm going to the right place.
And if you're unsure where your portal is, feel free to ask your party leader. They'll be glad to help you out. But as I mentioned, don't take the ferry yet. We're gonna wait for blue portals. Also, once the blue portals are spawned, do not click them. We're gonna take the portals when they turn red.
Actually, want to go up to B. I'm actually gonna move through here since it's a bit safer than walking over there. I want to avoid enemies as much as I possibly can. There's basically going to be portals that spawn around. They're going to be blue. We're going to have to wait like some minutes before they turn. Will basically turn red, which will allow us to get inside without having to use a certain item. See here, I was
Blue portals are up.
7.
Take your ferry now and start heading to your portal location. If you don't know where your portal location is, ask your party leader, they will put down a location marker for it. Once again, wait till the portal
mine is
turns
actually
red
right here.
in about 3 minutes before you take it.
And it's
Why
like
do we do that?
literally
It's
that
because
one there.
if you use a stabilizer and take the portal, what will happen is that yes, you will get in, but one red portal will be randomly taken. It won't be your portal location, it will be someone else's that won't have a red portal. Meaning that someone will have to maybe run across Hydados to get to their portal, which is not really what we want to happen. So because of this, that is why we are asking everyone to please take the red portals, so that people don't have to run around and adjust. Just easier that way.
So yeah, we're gonna have to like wait, I think it's like a few minutes. They'll turn red. Maybe spawn in a slightly different area. And yeah. So I wonder why those 8 people over there are not anything. One of them is the party leader. Huh. I guess maybe they're just waiting for the red pools to spawn so they can go to their locations.
Red portals in 1 minute.
Okay. I basically just need to grab the one that's right here. Okay, wouldn't be too long now.
Ten seconds till red. And portals are up now. If you are in a dangerous area, you can mount up and click the portal. Once inside, stand on the bridge and we will have some lovely people applying shell and protect. Once you have both shell and protect on you, you can walk off the bridge and do any final double checking of your logograms, as we do have a logogram crafter in here. Your party leader will also mark down which side you will jump on down on when we are ready to go. Also, as a final warning, if you do see any tanks jumping down and doing some weird shenanigans with the demon walls, just ignore them. They know what they're doing. They're doing some funny stuff. Tanks get killed.
Okay. Go step on the bridge. And wait for me to have the buffs. Okay. Protect and shell. So now I want to pop this one. And I believe I want to also up this one so that I have a Spirit of the Skirmisher can activate, and then preferably I want to make 2 additional ones of that set. And in order to do that, I'm gonna quickly pull up the logogram guide thingy so I can figure out what I actually need to combine, because I don't fully remember. Let's see, Skirmisher is Wisdom, Martialist, and Feint. I believe I also need that. Actually, wait, I have the Spirit of the Remembered, which makes this a lot easier. So Feint and Spirit of the Remembered, and then Trust and Feint. Yeah, gives me another set, and then I basically just want to do that again. This is purely just for safety reasons. So that I have, in case I die, I can just pop one of these.
Alrighty.
And get skirmisher
But
again.
let's now double check that everyone at least has a Spirit of the Remembered and a correct wisdom for their roll. Also double check that you at least have one refresh healer. And if your party is ready, you can do some ready checks. While in here, do /magia auto, so that you make sure your magia side is on automatic offensive. This is why we have refresh healers, to make sure that we have some lovely magia sites to keep it spinning. If you have any food from Endwalker, any raid food like eggplants or anything that gives you stat boosts, feel free to eat it as well. It will help immensely inside here.
I forgot to bring mine. I'm a dumbass.
Also, one is ready. Since your parties are readying up, tanks if you are in them stacking. Now's the time to go and refresh. But for everyone else, please stay upstairs. Ignore the tanks doing their silly things.
I have no idea which direction I'm supposed to be going in. Was that shown in here?
Alright, we're just waiting for two parties.
Just close down that tab. I don't need
How
that
is
open.
Magia Free and Logos 2 looking? Logos 2 is ready. Alright, so what we're gonna do is that, let's see here. Magia Free 7 already. Alright, we cannot wait forever, so we shall start the run. If you are in any of the free Logos parties, what you need to do now is go down to the Logos voice channel, where Abana will take care of you. And Asteria, you can just rejoin them when everything's sorted. For everyone here on Magia's side, you're gonna follow lovely me. And we are gonna head on. So first thing we got here is a lovely demon wall. Since all three of us tanks are in them stacking, just burn it down. He has no funny gimmicks going on. Main tank for this run will be Sai Inoshiki. So if you're not Sai, please turn off your tank stance, wait for them to put their stuff on, and always be behind them. Do not follow them. They will pull all the ads towards us. And we have all the ads at the same time, so let's focus the Progo first. Keep an eye out for all of the Magus units. We are one too many in the channel. This means that there's one person here that should be down in the Logos voice channel. So once again, if you are in any of the Logos main parties, you need to swap. There we go. These two builders are gonna be tanked on the side. Do not be in the back or front. If you see magic cameras, from the front, Sai will take the first stun here. Beautiful. And for the second videos, any tank and melee can do the stun on magic. So no need to adjust here, we have melee experience start to kill. And there it goes. We have now arrived at the first boss, which is Owain. Owain only has one mechanic you need to worry about, and it is his Myth Call mechanic. Myth Call is when he summons spears around the arena, and then he will change into one of two elements, fire or ice. All you have to do is go to any of the spears that is the opposite element of Owain. So if Owain is fire, you go to an ice spear, and vice versa.
Okay.
Nothing more complicated than that. So,
That's well
Parlitz,
enough.
you can do some ready checks. Alright, all we have to do now is we have to wait on Logos. That is because these two bosses will have to be pulled at the same time. I can tell you what happens since we're waiting on Logos side anyway. If one side is pulled without the other side being pulled, what happens is that whichever boss is not being attacked will jump over to the other arena and essentially wipe that side's party. They're just being like, you're not doing it properly. Very well, and then they just kill you and kick you out. So that is why it's very important that we always make sure to split the raid and attack them at the same time. Otherwise it will be a very short BA run. Looks like Logos side is ready. Countdown. Let's see here what time to do. Alright, I'm gonna start a 20-second countdown at 13:30, in about 5 seconds. Starting now. If you have limit break, you can either use our ranged or magic limit break on 4 seconds, tank pull on 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, limit breaks, 3, 2, 1, and off we go. The first thing Owain is going to do is the tank button on our tank, so the one we're playing is
It's
next
on.
up is a raid light, so if you're guilty low, it's not going to be enough. We're now going to have the first mix comp, as I explained. Wait for him to change element, and then go to the opposite. He is here. He's fire, so go to any ice spear. Any ice spear. Let's go to any ice spear. And then you can go back. And he will just repeat this over and over again until they're both dead.
As we were told, you can't be killed until both of them are low enough health.
There we go, beautiful. Now up the stairs here we have our first trap of this dungeon. And we have some dedicated DPS that have been assigned perception just because of this. On this side we have Neox as our trapper, so please wait for them to reveal the trap. Right there's good. Carefully walk around this trap, and then once you're up the stairs, hug the wall to the left. It's because we have traps in this big room as well. So hug the wall, hug, 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 hug. And the trap is pretty close here, so you can grab your treasure copper here in the middle. It's personal loot, so make sure to grab it, otherwise you're gonna lose some loot fragments. And then you can take the ghost over to Logo side, because we're gonna use Logo side for our mob pulling, as it's way bigger in size. So hello, welcome back. So as you follow us to Logo side, make sure to grab it. And now since everyone's back here, Thunder, make sure to turn off your tank stats. Main tank for now on is going to be Sai. Please stay in the corner. Sai is going to pull everything back like a conveyor belt. Only the trappers are allowed to be jumping around for now. Let's focus down the Magus now with the people here. Also, yes, hello, Thunder. Beautiful as always. Oh, we got a Kalka coming down, so I would say we wait for the Kalka. We'll wait here in the corner. The Kalka has a nasty Kono, so we want to make sure it's tanked away from us. Otherwise, we're gonna have a lot of confused people, and confused people tend to run into traps. So there we go. If you have the health, this is an excellent target for it. And now we have the centaurs. This centaur needs to be swept when they cast Berserk, so right now. What does Berserk do? It gives him a really big attack up that can one-shot anyone except Indom tanks. But even Indom tanks take really heavy damage, so we don't want to see that at all. That's why we need to see them. And there we go. Indom tanks, it's time to refresh. How many Indom tanks do we have today? We have 3 from Magia's side. Do we have any Indom tanks on Logo side?
If I'm not talking, that's simply because
nope, so
there's
only 3
I don't want to like be distracted too much on, so I just remembered.
While they're Indom refreshing, I'm going to explain Raiden. The one mechanic we need to worry about with Raiden is his sword cleave mechanic. If he's gonna start the fight by first doing a raid wide, then a tank buster, then he's going to electrify the edges of the arena, and then he's going to start the mechanic. He's gonna start casting Amino Sakahoku. It's gonna be a big red AoE puddle under him, so we all want to move away towards the 1 marker out of the area. We're gonna make this easier for you guys by having Raiden tank on the A marker all the way to the north, so that you have plenty of space to move. Once you're out of the AoE, he's going to do a little backflip to us, and he's going to cast his next part of the skill. For this, you want to be inside his hitbox under Raiden, because he's gonna do a big donut that covers the entire arena. So you need to be under Raiden for that one. Once he's done that, he's going to disappear from the arena, and he's going to show up on either B or D. So we're gonna look at which side he spawns at. Then we're going to look which way his sword cleaves. That is going to determine if the safe side is right or left. But before we run to the safe side, there's a reason there's a lovely 1 marker in the middle. It's because we're going to all stack on this marker. Because once we know which way the sword swings, he's going to be evil and drop puddles under us at random stacked players. So by all stacked up in the middle, we can bait these puddles away and run to the safe side. So to repeat, we're gonna first look at which side he is at, B or D. We're going to use Sprint to help get out of the puddles. And once he has lifted his swords and the puddles are dropped, we run to the safe side. Just to make this clear for you guys, don't worry about the sword. The puddles are way more dangerous. It's because Raiden is a bit slow and he likes taking his time. The puddles, they just come super fast and explode really fast, so focus on the puddles. To make it easier for you, instead of focusing on running which right or left, I would recommend just running straight forward towards Raiden to first get out of puddles and then go to the safe side. You have plenty of time to do that. Puddles are more important here. So with that out of the way, party leaders, you can do some ready checks.
Okay. I think I got most of that. A little bit unsure on the puddles, but I think it's basically just stand in the middle and then go around the puddles.
And there's logo side. Okay, I'm going to start a 20-second countdown right about now. Once again, if you have limit breaks, you can use it on 4 seconds. Shield healers, on 10 seconds you can start pre-shielding your parties because he's going to start with a raid wipe. 7, 6, 5, limit breaks, 2, 1, and off we go. Go raid wipe first. Follow right into the north. There it is. Now with that over and done with, if you are ranged, you can already stand at the 1 marker. Melee, you will move once you cast Amino. There was Packbuster. Next up is the Electrifying Aegis. And next up is Amino Sakahoko, so all melee be ready. Move. Towards the 1 marker, out of the red puddle, out of the red puddle. Out. And then in, underride them. And to the 1 marker, everyone on the 1 marker. Raiden is on D, look to D, use sprint, get out of the puddle and run to the left.
Some people went to the wrong side.
And then back on right. Another raid right incoming. We're gonna next have Lancing Bolt. It's 3 AoEs on some players. Just take them out to the edges. Don't overlap them. So if you have the AoE, move out with them. Spread them out. And kill right. Alright, we have some casualties. Healers, please write in yell before you are using sacrifice. Everyone else, you can grab your chest on B and move forward. We're gonna go into the next room. Please stay on the stairs. Only our tank and trappers are allowed to enter. Sai is going to start by pulling all the wind mobs towards us. Also trappers, be aware, Kalka is on the way back. So I would recommend turning back now. Look at the fans first, that's pretty nice AoE. And let's stop with the GPU attacks because Kalka is about to turn around. Or he's already turned around anyway. Looks like everyone's all up, excellent. The sword mechanic Raiden has is a bit complicated, which is why we always explain that one. But as you guys saw, the puddles went off way faster than the cleave. That's why we always say focus on the puddles first and then the suicide. And now we can go up the stairs and get Kalka. After we kill this Kalka, we go upstairs to open and we will have another chest. But they place a trap in front of it. I like to play a game called Guess Where the Trap is. The trap can either be to the left, to the right, or to the middle. So guys, place your guesses. Where do you think the trap is today? And the trap is... Oh, not too close. There we go. It was to the right. Congrats to everyone that guessed to the right. Grab your coffers and your lovely obscures and fragments, and let's go into the portal rooms. In these rooms we have 2 goals. We need to find the chest so we can get more jump kilograms fragments. And then find the portal so that we can continue on. And it looks like we have an earth portal. Excellent. What we're gonna do is continue downward though, because we do want that lovely chest first. We always kill the sprites first here because they aggro on any sprite attack. So they are more dangerous than the logos. The logos, they like blocking, they actually aggro on touch, which is why you can just easily run past them. So we're just going to kill the logos here. And up ahead we have the last sprite. If any tank that is not psyched to go and grab the last strike so that they can go on the last logos. Let's focus the strike first, everyone, because the strike has more nastier attacks. There we go. On the logos. And looks like we have a chest with ice. Do not enter this room. There is traps and adds in here. Only trappers and the main tank go in here. Our tank will pull out these lovely mobs for us and we can burn them down. There are 2 traps here, so you get only the final trap, so we can simply get the chest. Normally we also use the trappers to tell if the portal is in our room or not. And they already found out that the portal is in Earth. Because in Earth and Fire, there are no traps. Meaning they can actually stand at the entrance of this room and double check if there's a portal there. They can't do that with these other 4 rooms, because there's traps in them. So make sure to grab your chest, and we are going to Earth. Nice, quick portal loop.
There it seems from what I can
However,
see
there
on the
are
map.
still ads in Fire and Earth. This means that please stay outside and let our main tank pull them out for us. Or at least aggro them before we go in. Let him aggro. Establish the aggro with the magnuses. Wait. Wait. You can go now. Now you can kill them. Make sure to stay away from the elite. Beautiful. Now you can go to the portal. Once you have entered the portal, you can grab your next chest, which is to the right of you, and follow us down to the next ad hallway.
Okay.
And yes, as Neox asked, because we killed the Earth room, that means the jump puzzle is available for the absolute virtue break later on. And if you're wondering what the jump puzzle is, you will find out later. Once again, if you're not the trapper or the tank, please stay here. Do not enter the room. Side will pull all the ads towards us. The items. And perfect, our lovely ghost boy is coming back, and the count. So stop with the ghost boy. Everyone stay here. Lovely, the trap has been found as well. And then we can go for the countdown.
Continuing to be using technical step, but I feel like the enemies die so fast it doesn't even need
Now we can take
help.
out the colossus. Preppers, you can go ahead and start looking for the traps in the super. Everyone else, we are going to kill this last Brogo and then two ghosts down the hole. After we kill the 2 ghosts, your party leaders will also mark down which room your support room is. But for now, let's kill the ghosts.
People just spamming in like shout chat looking for group
Alright.
soup.
So go to the room that your party leader has marked out. Wait for the tank to go in and blow up the trap with your invul. If you are a Dark Knight, please warn your healers beforehand so that they can get you back up. And you can enter the room once the trap has exploded. Once you are inside, the trap is exploded and party leader deems that everyone knows that they are in the right room. You can do ready checks.
We're just waiting for the support fade outside. I think that's what we're waiting for. I'm so fucking tired of this fucking Discord buff or the thing that I have. The glitchy shit that I.
Manja side is ready, logo side is ready, and soup is ready. So, tanks. Make sure that your tank stance is on, and that you are in the either offensive or defensive element. I recommend that you actually know all of my kinds of experience. So yeah, you do whatever, but please stand in the blue circle. For all the DPS here, please focus one ad at a time. So wait for the tank to establish aggro. And then focus one target at a time. If you have FL, these are excellent targets for you to use them on. Once you have cleared your room, you can exit and head down the hallway and just wait for everyone else to wrap up. As you're walking down the hallway, please, if your name is not Sai, turn your tank stance back up again. And we're just gonna wait for all the things to be cleared.
Okay, then I believe it's Absolute
Here we go.
Virtue next.
As we run to Avis Arena, we are actually running through Raiden's Arena right now. This is your last chance to grab copper on me.
Yeah.
Got it?
This is Raiden's Arena.
And we just have one more corridor to clear before we have a small little 5-minute break.
Okay.
The reason we have this break is because of our soup party, as they still have to wait for portals to spawn so that they can enter. And this is sadly nothing we can control over. Take this time to quickly go to the bathroom and get something to drink and stuff like that.
Yeah, some of these drinking
But we're
took
just
place
gonna have to
earlier.
get to Absolute Virtue first. One more corridor. Let's see. There they are. Gonna stop at the Brogo. Please move back because some aggro and sound. If you get close, they will need to kill heals and start coming running. And let's go with the tome. Just gonna pull them all together. The support fate has been cleared, meaning that the portal should be up in about 3 minutes. Oops, that's the wrong. Sorry, Magiatu. Accidental misclick. In the meantime, let's take care of the bibliothèque.
Unfortunately, the sound alerts I've muted because I want to make sure that I'm concentrating on
And
this.
then we have our last centaur. Once again, one more sleep on Berserker. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Okay.
I mean, it also says it on the...
And we have reached Absolute Virtue.
Like, it literally also says it on screen that the sound
Please
effects are
everyone
muted.
stand to the right here, or as you enter the bridge, and we will gonna get some shell refreshes. You may also target AB just to get your Magicite wheel spinning. And if you are a refresh healer, congratulations, your job is now over. We are now gonna have a 5-minute break. And in about 5 minutes, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do some AB explanations. But until then, see you guys in a bit.
So yeah, we're basically just waiting.
And of course, as I said earlier, Earthroom has been cleared, meaning that the jump puzzle is open and free for people to play around with.
puzzle. What? What's this earth room they're talking about? Yeah, so far the run hasn't been that difficult. The callouts have been really good. There were a few people that died during, I think Raiden was the boss's name. That was, yeah, simply because they ended up running to the wrong side of the room. But apart from that, we haven't had a super difficult time. There's actually two of them. This is just some magic damage I'm still missing for the... Or maybe... Not sure. Only shell, or is it also protect? I guess maybe it's because we don't. I guess we're not gonna be getting any melee or physical damage, I guess. Apparently there's also someone else streaming the run from what it sounded like. Oh dear, who? Yeah, apparently someone else was streaming it, because I don't think they were referring to me. Guess it's maybe down here. There's like a jumping puzzle, something. This is what it sounded like. Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle.
Where the hell are you supposed to jump
Just do
there?
a little wiggle. Party leads, wiggle check. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. The reason I always say wiggle, wiggle is because there is a 10-minute AFK kick timer. If you AFK for 10 minutes, you get kicked out of Hideout's MBA. So we wanna just, wiggle everyone awake so that you don't get kicked out. That would be very sad. But also to make sure all first-timers are here so I can do some quick AV explanations.
Okay,
Freeze
and
awake.
back.
Magia 2, Logos 2. That's good. Magia 1 is wiggling. Is Logos 1 wiggling? Alright, first timers are wiggling, that's good. We're just gonna wait for Magia 3. Is Magia 3 wiggle wiggle? Perfect. Asteria, my beloved, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect. It's time for German class.
Hell
So,
yeah.
If you are German and would like German explanations, follow Asteria down to the German class voice channel, where they will do some nice German explanations for you.
Ja, für deutsche Erklärung einmal bitte runter in den German Class Voice Chat.
Have fun, guys!
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here because I'm not gonna understand German at all.
Just gonna give them some time to jump over. Perfect, the ones that wanted it jumped. For the rest of us here, I'm gonna do the explanations in English. The one thing to remember with AB is his core mechanic, which is light and dark. Throughout the fight, he will either be in the dark or the light element. Depending on which one he does, it will affect the mechanic. The first mechanic is his puddle mechanic, where he will spawn puddles around the arena. The puddles that are the same color as AB will expand and become bigger. So in order to avoid this mechanic, we want to be next to puddles that are on the opposite element, or a puddle and a wall. The second mechanic is Impact Stream. He will just split the room into two, one light side and one dark side. Same logic here, you go to the opposite element side of what AV is. So if AV is light, you go to dark, and vice versa. The third mechanic we're probably most likely going to see is called Turbulent Ether. Turbulent Ether is going to begin by random players being connected with an orb. This orb will either be light or dark element. Once you have gotten your orb tethered, please don't leave AV, in fact always be behind AV. The reason for this is because throughout the fight, he's going to cast a big AoE cone called Medusa Javelin. This cone is pretty big, so if you're far away from AV, you will most likely get hit by it. So by staying close to AV, you can more easily avoid it. So yes, Indom Tanks, you should actually go and refresh now. Let's go Indom Tanks, let's go. Also, is this a soup I see?
Yep,
Hello, soup.
soup is all here.
Perfect. So while we Indom Tanks are doing some refreshes, so because of that, you want to always be close to AV because of the Medusa Javelins. So first, you're gonna get the orbs, then our Medusa Javelin is gonna come out. Once the Medusa Javelin has gone out, you can do the orb mechanic. What you have to do if you have an orb is go to any of the small puddles that have the opposite element of your orb and stand on it. So if you have a dark orb tethered to you, you go to a light puddle, and vice versa. I'm going to do callouts for all of this, but that is the core mechanics of this fight. So party leads, you can do some ready checks. Actually no, wait, German class is not back yet, so hold. Hold. Gotta wait for German. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask in either the party chat or in gel, and we'll answer them for you. If there's anything you're uncertain about.
Just gonna do this. Feel like I'm still getting a bit of lag in a few places, so I'm just like trying to turn it down a little bit. I think I've turned like several things down throughout this. Word Pie is live. Okay, Junjun, you go and watch Word Pie if you need to do that.
Also make sure to wiggle while we're waiting, because once again, that nasty AFK kick timer exists. Wickle, 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 wickle.
Fitness and health are very important. Kind of surprised that there aren't
While we're waiting for German class, do we have
more
any
markers.
Eurovision fans in the audience tonight? Excited for Eurovision week?
Hey, it's Eurovision. Kind of forgot about that. I think the only reason I don't know, knew that there was like a Eurovision soon.
Of course, we will do long cooldown.
like-
We do have some chainers, so don't worry
I
about it.
saw a post on Twitter or something.
Also, yes, we plan to just vibe in cafeteria on Saturday and watch the grand final. Anyone interested may join. And it's okay if you're not interested. Room. Nice German
Vroom,
card
vroom. German class is back.
Let me in
It was
Discord.
not me. It was outside. I'm
You
sorry.
can always join it.
It's okay. Because German class is now back, ready checks everyone.
Server is open.
Soup is ready.
Other people.
Magia 1, Magia 2,
Though I do
Logos 3.
think the chat channel requires
Logos
a
1. Magia side is ready.
the right roll.
Logos 2. Perfect. We're gonna do the long cooldown, countdown, because we have requests for some lovely chainers. So I'm going to activate the 60-second countdown now. If you have double edge, remember to pop it at 45 seconds. Double check your food as well. $45 for the double chainers.
I just want to wait for 10
Once again, if you are living
seconds
you can
ish.
either use ranged or magic limit break on 4 seconds.
We can get technical step ready.
He's going to start with the raid whites, so shield healers, you can use your pre-shield at 5 seconds. 7, 6, 5, limit breaks, 3, 2, 1, and off we go! So as I said, he's going to start the raid whites, you can already pre-shield. This. We're going to now get our tutorial puddle mechanics. You'll only do one set of puddles, so just run away from them. But you'll now get to see how big they actually are. So just move away. There's always a melee spot list. Get close to AV for Medusa Javelin. Get close, avoid Javelin. And back behind it. We're gonna have the room start, we go to light. Light side of the room, light. Back behind it. Now we need light buster. This spawn is a place to stay away from the main tank. And now we're gonna have proper puzzle mechanics. So remember, between 2 puddles or a puddle and a wall, start or between 2 light puddles or the wall. There's a melee spot, excellent. Between light. Back behind it. We're gonna have raid vibes, so shield up. There it is. And now we're gonna see at least the start of turbulence season. You can spread out a tiny bit, but not too far, because we have a Medusa Javelin. Check if you have an orb. Wait for the javelin.
Do not
Get
have.
out. Then resolve your orb. Opposite color puddle. Stay away from the main tank. And then we finish you.
Nice.
Excellent. No casualties! Good job, everyone! Don't forget to grab your chest on the way out. If you have double H and we're chaining, make sure to turn it off so you don't die on the way up. And we have 2 more mobs before we get to Osma. Do not use any big actions or double def Ls or anything like that. We're gonna use these 2 to build jump gauges. However, if they do cast something called Properties of Darkness, please interrupt /stun/sleep them. Because what does Properties of Darkness do? It's a bit of a mean one. They steal one of our buffs. It could be our bravery. It could be our spirit of remembered. It could be our shell. We don't want that. We like our buffs. So that's why we need to reload. Enjoy the cutscene. Take your time. Do not touch the shiny portal in the front. I know it's very tempting, but do not touch it. Party leaders, you may place down some lovely markers.
Time for the
Also,
old
once you place down your markers, inform your party
just square
of your black hole
pyramid
buffer and
spike ball.
that one.
Orb.
I forgot to bring a capsa tray, so I'm just gonna run down to the window. Whoopsie. Soup. I'll place you on platform 2 today. Platform 2. Now, once again, Asteria, you and German class may proceed over.
Ja, für deutsche Erklärung einmal runter in die German Class bitte.
Fun guys down there. For us up here, it's time for some Osmo explanations. The main thing to know about is that Osmo has 3 shapes: cube, star, and pyramid. Osmo will always start in the star shape, so I'm gonna start with that one. The first star shape doesn't have much going on. It's just a knockback from the black hole buffer, which we solve by standing in front of the blue circle or behind the blue circle. Do not stand in the blue circle, otherwise you're gonna get thrown in a random direction. Tanks take heavy damage during this, so make sure to keep your shield up. Star's auto-attack mechanic is a spread among everyone on the platform. If you stand alone, you will essentially get one shot. So we solve this by having everyone always stacked up during Star and walk together as a group. After the first star, we are going to see black hole. If you see black hole, you need to run to your black hole buffer. Your party leader should have told you where it is. Do not greed this. If you're unsure where your black hole buffer is, just go to any black hole buffer. As long as you make it to 1, otherwise you're gonna get sucked out. And if you're sucked out, you're back in Hydrados, and that means no mount for you, and no fragments and extra goodies for you as well. After the first tutorial star is done, we're going to have our first shade. Shade will spawn at the back of each platform and take 1 shape: star, pyramid, or cube. If it's a cube, we go to the back. If it's a pyramid, we go to the sides. And if it's star, we go away from it. Did I say go to the back of cube? I mean go to cube. Don't always go to the back. If cube is in the front, you go to the cube. So away from the star, go to the cube, and go to the sides for the pyramid. After that single one, we're gonna have double, where it's 1 shade in the back and then Osma themselves. And that's where I'm gonna have to explain what each pyramid face does. For the rest of star, if you get star again, 2 people on each platform is going to get meteor. Meteor is a black AoE marker on you that you need to place on the A or the B marker. Please do not read this. Make sure if you have the meteor that you get there quickly. You have to think a bit on your feet because you have to adjust based on where the other person is going. If you look in the BA chat, you can scroll up a bit. You can actually see some lovely images from our impromptu run earlier, showing how it looks like. Once they have been placed, they turn into proximity markers. These proximity markers needs to be run away from. So once you see them, you can go back to your main platform. Once they have exploded, ads will spawn. These ads needs to be killed ASAP, because otherwise they just do massive damage to the party. So once you see them, just kill them and then back to Osma. There should also be a knockback, but I can call out when it happens. But that's all you need to know about Star extra-wise. Now we're gonna go over Cube. Cube's auto attacks is a big laser on the main tank, which is our Magia tanks. In order to not accidentally stab anyone, if we go into Cube, make sure that you stand on the right side of the platform and our Magia tank stands on the left side. The moment we go into Cube, there's going to be orbs that will spawn to the side. We do have experienced tanks today, so I won't need to go over it. But for all non-tanks out here, make sure to extra hug Osma, because on some platforms, especially platform 3, the orb tends to spawn a bit closer than normal. So just make sure to extra hug Osma to avoid it. In Cube, we're also going to have stack markers with the Holy Knockback. This Holy Knockback is a tiny knockback from Osma, but it does pay a lot because it's going to come in a combination of a stack marker and a shade. So when moving the stack marker, make sure to not stand all the way in the back, because then you can easily get knocked off the platform.
Okay.
Let's see, that should be everything for Cube. Then we have Pyramid. For Pyramid, the auto attacks is actually a bleed on the player furthest away from the platform. So we always have assigned bleed baiters. I wanna ask our lovely experienced healers, who wants to bleed bait today? One per platform? There's one for platform 2. Do we have a bleed baiter for platform 1 and 3? There's one for platform 1. Okay, that's fair. Oh, I'm sorry. I forget that some people can't yell. Darian, do you wanna bleed bait platform 3 or do you wanna subject Asteria to it? Alright, Darian, you're bleed baiting platform 3 then. Because it's only you and Asteria that can really do it. Thank you. So with that done, they are just gonna stand in the back end as soon after bleed, so that the bleed doesn't spread and annoy everyone. Now for the rest of Pyramid, and now it's very important to pay attention. We're gonna get meteors again. I already talked about how to solve them. We're gonna get shades as well, so we need to move with the stack marker. But there's something else happening during Pyramid. It's called acceleration bombs. One of each platform we get it. You will see it as a lovely little debuff on your debuff bar. If you have this debuff that I'm gonna show in BA chat right now, stop casting, stop moving, stop emoting, stop twirling around, stop wiggling. Just hands off your keyboard and mouse, stand still, and wait for the debuff to go off. If you have to move, you can move, but make sure that you are not moving or doing anything when you are on 2 seconds left of the debuff. Because if you are moving, you will explode, and it will really hurt and even kill people around you. So make sure to keep an eye on when the debuff goes off so you don't accidentally kill anyone. That is all mechanics you need to know. German class is not back yet, so we're gonna take this time for any questions. Any like uncertainties, feel free to ask, either in say, in party, in gel. But I just wanna clarify for you guys that acceleration bombs is really dangerous. So I will always call out when they happen, always double check you don't have it on your debuff bar.
Basically, all I know is that if I get
And also make sure
acceleration,
to
it's
wiggle,
just
wiggle. Because we do still have the AFK kick timer.
if I get
In the
acceleration bomb,
meantime-
I'm just gonna like
Magia tanks, please
open
prepare.
up this because then I de-target basically.
And everyone else, you can now move manually your Magicite to Earth, because that is Ozma's offensive element. When we are going down, do not target Ozma. Just move with your party leader to your black hole buffer and follow them back to the platform when they deem that everyone's understood where your black hole is. Hello, German class, welcome back.
Hello, hello. We're back.
Everyone can do some ready checks. And before we jump down, do not cut corners. The geometry down there is a big lie. It's very easy to fall off if you try to run over any corners or anything similar. So just be safe and run in the middle of the platform. Magia 1, Magia side is ready, Soup is ready. Waiting on Logos 1.
Okay.
Before we go, for safety reasons, because we had a couple of accidental triples, I only want the Magia tanks to jump down. Only the Magia tanks. I only want to see 3 people. Which should be me, Namin, and Sai. We're gonna go to our designated platforms. Now when we are at our designated platforms, everyone can jump down and follow your party leader to your black hole buffer. Once your party leader has deemed that everyone understands where they need to go, you can follow them back to the main platform. When you're at the main
Let's go
platform,
here.
if you are ranged, you can start in the back, as we are gonna start with a star shape, which is always a way. Double check that you are in the earth element, double check that you have your food buff, your wisdom, and everything prepared. Now we're just gonna wait for all the people to walk to the correct platforms. Excellent.
Nervous. I really
I'm
don't
going
wanna
to
fuck up.
do the long Ozma cooldown. It's a bit different from all other cooldowns. It's still the same for the chainers, but for limit breakers, it's going to happen at 7 seconds. Tanks, you pull on 4, and everyone else, you don't attack until the countdown reaches 0. This is to allow the Magia tanks to establish aggro, because any tank auto-attack from this Ozma will one-shot you if you're not a tank. Once you cast your limit break, do not touch limit break. We only use it from this point onward for tank emergencies. 8 limit breaks. 6, 5, full tanks, 3, 2, 1. Attack, attack, attack. Everyone attack. There's a couple of autos. Make sure your healers are topped up. I mean, tanks are topped up. Once it changes shape, you go to the back. To the back, to the back. Everyone to the back. Group together. Everyone huddle up. Wait for the start. Walk forward together as a group. No gap closers, no gap closers. We're gonna start with a knockback. Just get knockback to the front, or use knockback invul. It works too. You can use knockback invul now, or get knocked to the front. Go to the front of the battle buffer. And back together as a group. Use shuriken potions if you have them. Stand together as a group. Stand together as a group. Wait for black hole. Black hole. With any black hole buffer. Just stand on any black hole buffer. Then back to the main platforms. We're gonna have our single shade. It's only gonna be the one in the back. We are going to the back. Everyone to the back, to the back, to the back. And now we can move forward again. Now we're gonna have the proper double. The shade in back always starts, and then it's Ozma in the middle. There's the shade. We're gonna start by going to the back again. And then use sprint, wait for the AoE, run to the front. Parties to the right, tanks to the left. Off tanks, take the orbs. Everyone group together. We're gonna have stack marker. And the holy knockback. Now you're gonna see how tiny this knockback is. Keep this in mind for when we are gonna move the stack marker in a bit.
Okay.
We're gonna wait for the shade in the back.
We're burning down Ozma really quick, actually.
There it is. Be ready to move. We are going to the sides. Stand in the front of the sides because of the knockback. Wait. And then back to the platform. We're gonna have a couple of more autos, and then we're gonna have a next black hole. If you're ranged and in logos, you can already move to your black hole buffer. Everyone else move now. Black hole, black hole, black hole, black hole. If you can't make yours, go to any. And back to the main platform.
And we lost someone.
We're gonna have double movement again. And this is gonna enter into a star or a pyramid. So we are going to the sides, and then everyone to the back up to the laser. To the back. Stack together as a group. And then move together forward as a group. Meteors are gonna go out, place them on the A and the B marker. Spread them out.
Don't have it.
There we go. Then we break on one, knock back to the front. Kill the ads, they need to kill the ASAP. And then back on Ozma. Stack together as a group. Now we're gonna have our next movement. Do not green this. Get knocked back to the front. And we don't have to, because we can kill them.
Nice.
Woo! Good job, everyone. Enjoy
Nice.
your cutscene if you're a first timer. Now when we have killed Ozma, you can actually jump down into the void. And when you do, you will spawn back on platform 1, where you have your final chest with some nice goodies. If you cleared for the first time, you can also find your amazing Ozma ball in your achievements tab. I did see someone get sucked out, and I do apologize for that. We do try our best, but Ozma sometimes decides to be mean. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm glad that this round went well. And I hope to see you
Okay.
guys in future BA rounds.
I already have that one. I got that was gonna sell for a decent chunk.
Thank you guys so much. I'm going to head out, so take care guys, and have an amazing week. Bye bye!
chest. Everything nice. Honestly, not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. And we also have access to more quest stuff. Nice. I do have the text-to-speech thing turned off right now, so I'm just gonna, I guess, read it out loud. So let me just disconnect from that call. There's no reason to stay in that. And I guess I can go Discord, Chrome, and turn back on the sound alert days. Okay, finally gonna be able to finish up this stuff. So, you've done it. Destroyed all of Eureka's unholy creations. Excellent work, Shana. What brings us here? In short, we have a plan. An idea occurred to me at the Waking Sands, you see, and I had returned to the Isle to discuss it with Ekija, or Ejika. While promising it has a contingent, or it was contingent upon the success of your mission, I am pleased to see that you didn't squander my efforts to send you to the upper level. So, it is, as we had deduced, the weapon had gained sentience owing to their awakening as primals. Tell me, adventurer, if Eureka were destroyed, what do you suppose would become of its ether? To spare Ejika's riddling, ordinarily it would return to the ethereal realm, but this is not the case when the weapons are near. Nay, being primals in essence, they would be quick to absorb such untethered ether. Aye, and thus were the weapons an impediment to the plan. I had conceived of a number of methods to defeat Eureka without the need to sacrifice my life. The most promising of these involved the use of teleportation. In the moments before Eureka drains me of all my ether, I would retreat into the live stream to safely emerge after the primal's demise. However, all it takes is one of Eureka's voracious weapons to cause the plan to go awry. For even should its maker cease to exist, there's a high probability that it would consume my ether ere I can make good my escape. Lest you wonder, my idea was based on Yostola's use of flow to flee onto the livestream. To Ejika, but of course he had already considered it and explained to me this caveat. Also, it's very dangerous. But thanks to you, adventurer, the weapons are no more. Naught remains to hinder the execution of the plan. Indeed, we may now defeat Eureka while ensuring Ejika's safety. I shall stand at the ready to deal with the unforeseen. Well, I suppose your assistance would be better than none at all. I am in your hands, Kryle. Okay, Eureka has been destroyed. And Etika used flow, I guess. Okay, I guess no negative effects from using flow and from being in the live stream, like with Pistola and Thancred. Hugh. Though the risk was small, I couldn't help but feel nervous. On that, we are in agreement. I must say I'm a little tired. Let's return to camp, then. I dare say you've earned a good rest. We will go on ahead. Come and see us after you've made your own way back. Okay. I'm actually surprised that I didn't die a single time throughout this and have like all of this shit prepared now for yeah, for the entire thing, but didn't even need it. Okay, back to base camp then. There's Kral. I think I can also talk to I'm blanking on his name now, Geralt, because I got all of the Logos actions unlocked, so I can talk to him, I believe. Get something. Unlock something at least. Twas a long and arduous road, for you not least of all, but we finally did it. We defeated Eureka. Am I winning? I am, really cool. I just finished up a Baldesion Arsenal run, didn't die a single time, and I think we only lost one person because they died during the Osma fight, and didn't get resurrected, so they ended up getting sucked out by Black Hole, unfortunately. So yeah, now I'm just finishing up the quests, and yeah, and I don't really have a ton of stuff other than that I wanted to do, because the only reason I was like really just like, okay, I'm doing a stream today is simply because I got picked for the run, and I'm like, okay, I want to do this on stream because it's the first time I'm doing it, and if it's the first time I'm doing something in the game, I kind of want to do it on stream. It's like, okay, I'm doing a stream. And then the whole visit to my sister's place ended up dragging on a little bit longer than I expected. But I got to see some cute cats. Let's see. Truth be told, I did not expect that you could rally so many comrades and destroy all of the weapons. So all the cats, yeah. I think they're like... I think technically they're like... What it was, she said like... I think they're like 6 months old now. But she only got them back in like March, I think. So she has had them for like, what's that? A little over 2 months-ish. But yeah, they're really cute. And the nice thing about them is that they're the type of cat where it's like, you can basically just kind of do whatever you want with them. They don't really care. Like, sure, they'll maybe attack you a bit if they feel like doing that. But you can basically just pick them up, and they're like really just curious, which is like That's the kind of cat that I fucking like. Which like you don't have to. They are not like extremely skittish and don't want to be close to anyone new. It's like I basically went in, like got there, sat down on the floor, and then I could immediately just start playing with them, and then they came up to me and I could just pick them up, hold them in my arms and so on. Really nice. One of them even crawled onto me when I was about to leave and just started like purring. I was like, I don't really want to leave right now, but I need to get back in order to do the stream. Do the run, because like it had a set time for like 8 o'clock Danish time, so it's like, okay, I need to be back before that because I still need to eat dinner. Yeah. But I'm definitely gonna go and visit her again someday, and probably not the too distant future. And so I can basically just see the cats again because they're cute. Alright, let's see. You are a paragon of your kind adventurer. Should the opportunity arise, I shall look forward to depending on you again. Well, I do not rightly recall a time when Ejika admitted to depending on anyone. You may consider that an honor, Shana. Now then, as much as I'd like to linger and savor our success, I do have other responsibilities. I shall be on my way, Shana, or be on my way. Thank you, my friend, for everything. Take care, Ejika. You too, Kryle. I think actually if you have done like Bastia, not Bastia, what I'm saying, Eureka, like all the way to the end, I think some of the dialogue during I think Endwalker actually changes. Like there's a small part where it's like, instead of it's saying, oh, you might need to go and also help a little bit with the finish up the business in Eureka. At some point it'll, I think, basically acknowledge that you have finished up Eureka and helped the students of Baldesion and such. Allow me to thank you as well. None of this would have been possible without you. Should your path ever lead you back to this isle, know that you will always be welcome here. Fit. Nice. Really making the most of Hydatus. Got a new PC. Ooh. Getting an upgrade for when the Dawn Trail releases. And we also got the Theory Osman. I can't grab it right now though. Let's see. Truly complete every story objective. Let's see. I think there is. Yeah, there's making the most of Hydatos, which gives us Eureka Explorer, and then there's this one. We're doing also Baldesion Arsenal. Yeah, Geralt should also have something to tell us, because we got all 56 Logos actions unlocked. It's an upgrade in general. This PC is so funky quiet. I kind of wish that mine was actually a bit more quiet, because like I literally need to have like filters and so on my mic in OBS in order to not have it pick up a bunch of background noise. It is loud, but it is also like at this point what almost like 9 years old. I think like once we get to around fall, start of winter-ish, like in that last like 3 months of the year, that's when I got this PC. in 2015, so it's almost 9 years old now. I really need an upgrade at some point. Okay. You know, looking back, we've come a long way. If the talk around camp's true, here's where the journey ends. Bah, listen to me, trying to wax poetic. Feels like hot turds tumbling out my bloody mouth. Let's get on with it, eh? I mean, there's still a background noise when it gets hot. It's like, is the PC still on? Yeah, kind of wish that was the case with mine, because even if mine is like semi-idle, it still makes a bit of noise. Like, it's loud enough that I can hear it through my headphones. So, yeah. So, last time we strengthened the weapons by infusing it with Neem's, stuffed it near to bursting with the power of memories. Yeah, basically I've done some of the quests to basically upgrade the weapons. I think currently I can get one of them to technically to the state end of the Hydatos weapons. Didn't do these quests because they were just kind of meh. It didn't feel like there was really any story behind it. It was more just like, okay, yeah, grab these new things and that's it. Didn't really seem like there was any story. So these relics I basically decided to skip. Because, didn't feel that's important. Well, there's no room left for more themes. We can fortify what's already there, and that's precisely what we're going to do, using either from crystals and the like. Warning though, once we get started on a weapon, you won't be able to prove it at the workstation. That's until we finished augmenting it at any rate, so just bear that in mind. That's the long and short of it. Off you go then. Give me the materials you need, and I'll get to work. Once you begin enhancing a Pyros weapon, you'll be temporarily unable to imbue it with additional properties. It will become available once the weapon has undergone all upgrades to Hydatos. Okay. Now I guess I can upgrade to Hydatos. What you got this time? Yeah, I can't do anything right now because I don't have the right things, I guess, on me. But yeah, if we talk to this guy, got all 56 actions unlocked. Did have to spend some gil in order to basically buy the things that I needed. It's got a little bit pricey. Yeah, let's get out of here. So we can get our mount. Ozma. This conveniently sized a result of experimentation on the parts of the students of Baldesion may not be entirely stable enough to safely ride, but there's only one way to find out. Only has 10 mil gil. Still need like 40 or more for a bigger house. Yeah. It can get very pricey. Yeah, now we have the orb. After consulting or concluding what Ozma of the Weeping City was a preliminary attempt to weave an Aether-based simulacrum of the Eurekain phenomenon Proto-Ozma, students of Baldesion endeavored to apply similar magics to the creation of what they dubbed Demi-Osma, hoping to learn what makes the entity tick. Orb. Alright, so I have the perfect place for us to test this thing out, because it has several types of how it can look, depending on where you are located, basically. So, on the ground we have normal Demi-Osma, just orb, just floating around on it, normal. But if we were to jump, it switches to square mode, and basically shows yeah, the Baldesion Arsenal more or less in there. Just fly on around on it. But then there's also a slightly secret one that not as many people necessarily know, because it's not as well known. You also have the triangle, which is when you're in the water. It's not as well known. I think I've seen like some videos where it's like this being like a small secret thingy or something. Triangle. I can turn it so that it's not pointing downward anymore, at least, but not that much. Almost make it like completely flush with the ground, but not quite. Yeah, I get the pun. But yeah, we now have a. I don't know if it would necessarily be considered a flex mount, but it's a little bit of a flex. Basically, I have like Demi-Osma, because it's not one that you feel like you see that often. Kind of flex, yeah, because getting all the way through Eureka to Hydatos, getting to max level, and getting a group, and actually getting all the way through the Baldesion Arsenal, it's not necessarily easy, because I mean, just getting to Hydatos takes a while. Like, that is a lot of grinding you need to do over several weeks, and not necessarily everyone is gonna like want to do that. And then Baldesion Arsenal, you need to have a like proper dedicated group that knows what they're doing, and especially if you're a new person in it, have preferably also someone doing good shot calls, because otherwise you might be screwed. Finally got the orb. Now the question is just, what mount do I want to get rid of? Because I got this one recently, after doing the posture cluster grind that I did like last week, that I was planning on streaming, but then I ended up just being way too tired to actually do a proper stream. Yeah, got this one. I feel is a pretty cool one. Yeah, I also was able to buy this one the other day for MGP, which I honestly kind of like, due to just how silly it is, and I feel like I don't see it that often, like people running around on this one. The question is just, which mount do I want to remove then? I guess we could remove the flying chair because we do have it down there as well. Could also remove the shark, to be honest, because I don't really feel like it's that nice looking, to be honest. Don't remember what is it actually that gives that one. I know it's fishing, but how many points? But again, mostly just put it like this. 10,000. And I believe I already have the one for, yeah, 20,000. It's not as big of a flex, so you know what? Move that one, and the Osman takes its place. The good old Mount Roulette. I feel like most of the mounts that I actually have in my favorites tab are basically just either mounts that I really like the look of, or ones that are a bit more of a hard thing to get or flex, or just really goofy, like I fucking love the crocodile or alligator because it looks so silly when it's flying. And it's also just like it's basically just the flat fuck meme, just like flat boy just walking around. It just looks silly to me. I'm up to 133 mountains now. Let's see, we got 28 weakened fragments. I need to find some place where I can throw those, because can't really hold on to them. Like, at least not in my inventory, because this inventory is just completely filled with stuff. Some of that stuff is something that I'm planning on maybe using on Wednesday. No, not Wednesday. What I'm saying, Friday, I guess, or a potential stream there. Still don't know what I would do after doing the thing that I've semi-planned, but I guess we'll see. But yeah. This is just going to be it for the stream because I don't really have anything else planned. The entire idea was just Baldesion Arsenal. So, yeah. Let's see if we can find anyone to raid. And let's also down this music a little bit. Let's see. Let's also get Discord back so I can see it. Alright, let's see, who do we have that's currently online? Or to be more specific, who's currently streaming? Okay, we have a lot of people actually. Very many people. Let's see. I guess we have Danish D. You're currently streaming. From the looks of it. How long have you been streaming for? 2 hours. Yeah, we can probably go with you. I think he is currently streaming some Judgment, it looks like. I think that's the Yakuza, or the Yakuza games, if I'm not mistaken. thing. I don't know if it's like a spin-off kind of game though or not, because I have no idea. All I know is that it's part of the Yakuza franchise, but I'm not sure if it's like one of the actual main games or if it's like a side game or something. Not entirely sure. But yeah, I'm thinking we can raid Danish D, and yeah, I'll basically be back hopefully Friday, but definitely Sunday at least with some more Minecraft. I think I've also found a way to basically fix the problem that I had in like last Minecraft stream with the map not showing stuff. Still haven't fully tested my potential solution, but we'll see if it works on on Sunday. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Thank you everyone for dropping by and watching the stream, and chatting and whatnot. I know I didn't talk a ton during this stream necessarily while in Baldesion Arsenal, but as you might understand, I kind of want to make sure that I was concentrating on like the actual raid and listening to the callouts and whatnot. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and raid Didi, and yeah, see you guys next time. See ya.